Growing up, I never understood the appeal of Scarlett Johansson. Honestly, I might have been the only man on earth who was in this boat. After doing research for this video, I might be out of that boat. She's quite charming. Hello friends, Stevie back at it again. With the release of her new solo film, Black Widow, I figured it'd be nice to do a video on Scarlett Johansson. Without keeping you waiting any further, here are 97 interesting things about Scarlett Johansson. 1. Scarlett Johansson was born Scarlett Ingrid Johansson on November 22nd, 1984 in New York City, New York. Her father's name is Karsten Olaf Johansson and her mother is Melanie Sloan. 2. She has 2 brothers, one being a twin, a sister, and a half-brother. 3. She has citizenship in Denmark and the United States. 4. When she was younger, she enjoyed musical theater and jazz hands. 5. When she was younger, she'd practice acting in front of a mirror until she cried. 6. She enrolled at Lee Strasberg Institute where she refocused her interests on film and theater. 7. All her films have grossed a total of $14.3 billion worldwide. 8. She's won 5 Golden Globes. 9. She's aspired to be an actress ever since she was young, making her first film debut in North in 1994. 10. Childhood fame came to her with the films Manny and Lo, The Horse Whisperer, and Ghost World. 11. Her first films bridging out of the children's film genre were in Lost in Translation and Girl with a Pearl Earring. 12. She debuted on Broadway in the play A View from the Bridge, which won her a Tony. 13. The first lead role she ever got was Manny and Lo, where she played the younger sister of a pregnant teen who had just ran away from their foster home. 14. She was rejected from New York University's Tisch School of Arts. 15. Sofia Coppola, writer of Lost in Translation, compared Johansson to a young Lauren Bacall. 16. She voiced Princess Mandy in the SpongeBob SquarePants movie, a role she took in part due to her love for the cartoon Ren and Stimpy. 17. She replaced Kate Winslet in the Woody Allen film Match Point. 18. In 2005, she had a tonsillectomy. 19. She said filming Michael Bay's The Island was quite exhausting, claiming to have worked 14-hour days and having hit her head and injuring herself while filming. 20. She worked with Woody Allen in 3 films. 21. She dyed her hair in an attempt to secure the role of Black Widow in Iron Man 2. It was clearly a good move on her part. 22. Some of the Russian she learned for the role of Black Widow was through an old teacher of hers. She reconnected through a phone call to learn the phrases. 23. Joseph Gordon-Levitt specifically wrote the role of Barbara Sugarman for Scarlett Johansson in the movie Don John. 24. She replaced Samantha Morton as the voice of Samantha in the sci-fi romance Her. 25. For her role in Under the Skin, she improvised scenes where she talked to random non-professional actors on the street. 26. Under the Skin was also her first nude role, listed for science reasons, friends. 27. She was pregnant while filming Captain America Civil War. 28. She voices the dog named Nutmeg in the movie Isle of Dogs. 29. She was set to play a transgender woman in the film Rub and Tug, but dropped out after backlash of a cisgender female playing a transgender female. 30. In the Netflix original film Marriage Story, she resonated with her character because at the time she was also going through her own divorce. 31. She became the second female to lead her own Marvel film in 2020 as Black Widow in the movie Black Widow. 32. In 2008, she released an album called Anywhere I Lay My Head. The album consisted of 1 original and 10 covers of Tom Waits. 33. In 2009, she released a collaboration album with Pete Yorn titled Break Up. 34. In 2015, she formed a band called The Singles, where she'd receive a cease and desist order from the rock band The Singles. They basically wanted her to stop using their band name. 35. She's been married twice. Once to Ryan Reynolds. She is currently engaged to Colin Jost. You know, that Weekend Update host. 36. In the March 2006 issue of Vanity Fair, she poses nude with actress Keira Knightley and fashion designer Tom Ford. 37. She hates the name ScarJo, which is a nickname made by media and fans. 38. She lost the role of Elizabeth Slander in the movie The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo because she was deemed too sexy. 39. She does not like Hollywood and media's over-sexualization of her. Sorry, ScarJo. 40. Esquire has named her Sexiest Woman Alive twice. 41. She received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 2012. 42. In 2018, she was named the world's highest paid actress with an annual earning of $40.5 million. 43. In 2016, she grossed $1.2 billion, making her the highest grossing actor of that year. 44. She is the third most grossing star of all time. 45. She's advertised for Dolce & Gabbana, Calvin Klein, L'Oreal, and Louis Vuitton. 46. She took part in the anti-poverty campaign, one, organized by Bono. 47. In 2016, she endorsed Hillary Clinton. 48. In 2020, she endorsed Elizabeth Warren. 49. In 2017, in the Women's March on Washington, she said she'd support President Trump if he'd work for women's rights and stop withdrawing funds from Planned Parenthood. 50. To pass the time while filming Marvel films, she's often explored the bars and the towns they were shooting in. 51. She stated that vegan haggis is foul. 52. Her guilty pleasure show to pass the time on set is Jerry Springer. She does enjoy watching Ren and Stimpy too, but she has no shame in watching it, so technically that can't be a guilty pleasure for her. 53. Between drums and flats, she is a drums kinda gal. 54. She stated that it is hardest to please comic book fans because they are so passionate and knowledgeable about the subject matter. 55. She has no social media presence because she hates social media. 56. She's a fan of Busta Rhymes. 57. She is a part of the 5 Timers Club on SNL. She did not get to keep the coat. How sad. 58. She has said press coverage in Germany is really serious. I think it might just be the language. 59. She is featured in Justin Timberlake's music video for What Goes Around Comes Around. 60. Next to the Marvel films, she is most recognized by fans for Lucy and Lost in Translation. 61. She believes 8-Legged Freaks is her most underrated movie. 62. She doesn't completely know what the movie Lucy is about. Neither do I. 63. She has 2 producer credits, one for Black Widow, one for The Whale, a 2011 documentary about the killer whale that befriends people on the west coast of the Vancouver Islands. 64. She has said Lost in Translation was a difficult shoot for her, mainly because they shot it in less than a month. 65. She loves working with Robert Downey Jr. 66. Early on, her Marvel contract was very restrictive, but after a few movies, she was able to renegotiate the terms. 67. Her favorite Black Widow moment is any she doesn't have to spend with Paul Rudd. Sad. On a serious note, it might have been when she switched sides to stop T'Challa from chasing Captain America and Bucky. 68. She came up with the idea for the original Avengers to get Avengers tattoos to commemorate the years they've spent together in the Marvel franchise. 69. Her favorite line that she has said in the Marvel films is, "Bogies converging on Oracle Pavilion. Lock and load, the fight's coming to you." Mainly due to the fact that she has no knowledge of tech lingo at all. 70. She bought an alpaca for Paul Rudd, or rather, she photoshopped him riding an alpaca. 71. She once offended Jon Favreau by calling Black Widow a sexy secretary. 72. She almost got the role of Sue Storm in Fantastic Four. 73. She was stung in the face by a jellyfish off the coast of Italy. 74. She landed the role of Black Widow 5 weeks before they started shooting. In that time, she had to get beefy. 75. Her audition for Samantha in Her was 8 hours long. 76. She claimed being a host for SNL was very stamina intensive, but at the end of the day, it is extremely rewarding. 77. She did her own stunt while she took Happy down in Iron Man 2. 78. In Marvel's Avengers Endgame, they had multiple ways of shooting the scene where her and Hawkeye go and look for the Mind Stone. However, they kept with the one they had because it was more intimate between the two characters. 79. She lived in Paris for a while. She said the things you love when you first get there become truly annoying after you become a mainstay. 80. Everything she taped for Her was done in post-production. Thinking about it, that makes sense because, she's basically just doing a voiceover. 81. Before shooting Her, she had only met Joaquin Phoenix once before. It was at a restaurant. He was tatted up with pens. 82. Although once married to a man from France, she barely speaks a lick of French. 83. The first time she was on Letterman, she was 13 years old. He gave her a canned ham. 84. Her daughter's middle name is Dorothy. 85. Her crush while growing up was Patrick Swayze. 86. She likes crispy bacon, no Canadian bacon. 87. The original 6 Avengers have a group chat. She often removes herself from the group chat because, come on, It's Five Guys. It gets pretty rowdy up in there. 88. She was a part of a flipped sexist interview with Mark Ruffalo in Cosmopolitan, UK. 89. Mark Ruffalo claims that she does 94% of her own stunts. 90. She had a boyfriend in high school from New Jersey. 91. Her favorite song to listen to when she's in a good mood is Jump Around. 92. Her favorite movies growing up were Home Alone, Jurassic Park, The Ghostbusters, anything Indiana Jones, and anything Tim Burton. 93. She doesn't know what a meme is. 94. In an interview for Ghost in the Shell, she was asked, who would you mind hack? And she responded, if I could mind hack anyone, I'd mind hack Mike Pence. 95. Her favorite video game is Mario Kart. She plays as Toad. 96. Her favorite thing to do in Tokyo is walking around and observing the things around her. 97. Her favorite karaoke song is New York State of Mind. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you on the flippity flop. Peace.